What's going on, everybody? Draco Invictus here for my spoiler-free review of Birds of Prey. And we're going to be covering the pros, the cons. I'm keeping all the spoilers out of this, so if you do want to go see it, you won't blame me for spoiling anything. And let's jump right into it. I don't think that this is going to be a terribly long review, so we'll just see how it goes. All right, so let's talk about the cons. Because we'll end on a better note. So, the story is lacking. It really is lacking. And there are some funny bits, and it's kind of like a cross. I heard this before, and I think it's absolutely true. It's kind of like a cross between Kill Bill, Deadpool, and something else. There's something else in there. It's very irreverent, and that's not a bad thing. Irreverent is totally great, especially as a comic book film, especially with a film with Harley as the main character, because she is irreverent. She really is. So, I mean, this film is great in that regard, but the story is just so... The pacing is off. The writing was okay, but there's a lot of exposition going on in this film. And at first it was kind of cute because, Harley's, giving this whole exposition about what's going on in the world and with different characters and stuff like that. But after about 20 minutes, you're like, okay, I don't need any more exposition. Show me, don't tell me. And so yeah, there was a lot of that, and that kind of screwed up the timing a little bit. And then it was the back and forth. Oh, 2 days ago, 4 minutes ago, a week ago. Stop it. Just write it. Show me. Stop telling me. So that was the biggest con. Some of the characters were kind of weak as far as how they were written. And I will touch on that a little bit more in just a second. But they didn't feel very rounded. They felt kind of flat. Some of them. I will say this now. I have a huge crush on Margot Robbie. I could watch that woman read a dictionary if every other word was a different personality of Harley's. That would be phenomenal. So yeah, I will, full disclosure there. But there were some other great performances, and then some performances that just kind of meh. So that's the big cons that I had in this film. Pros: Margot Robbie. Like I said, I could watch that woman read a dictionary as long as every different word that she was reading out of the dictionary was a different part of Harley's personality. You can really see it in this film. There's moments where she is Harley Quinn, and then she goes back to like being a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and she just kicks it on a dime. Her acting is fantastic. And there are, the fight choreography was phenomenal in some of these scenes. And there's a scene where, it's her, it's actually Margot, and she's doing all of the flips and stuff like that. There's no cutaways, and it's just really, it made me laugh a lot. A lot of the fight sequence, because of course it's Harley, so she's not going to fight fair, and just some of the crap that she does. And there are a couple scenes. If you watch this movie, I'm going to say the bat bounce. When you see the bat bounce, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I actually laughed out loud in the theater, and yeah, it was great. So Margot, wonderful job. The other birds were okay. Huntress was one of the characters that I felt kind of flat with. The Black Canary, though, she was great. She was awesome, and really, really enjoyed that character. And Montoya, the detective, not so much. I wasn't a huge fan. But the Black Mask, the big bad, No, it just very anticlimactic. I was expecting more out of the caliber of the actor. So yeah, it just meh. So I have a mixed bag about this one. Would I go see it again in theater? No. I honestly don't know that I would actually buy it. Maybe bargain bin. Maybe $5 at Walmart, I would buy this DVD or Blu-ray. You know, it would have to be a Blu-ray with like special features for me to buy it for $5. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun romp. I encourage you, go see it in theater. I mean, the spectacle of when Harley's going through the police department is worth the price of admission alone. That whole scene was great, and it should be admired on the big screen. But it's not something that I want to add to my library. I mean, I have all kinds of movies, and I have some real stinkers in there. Green Lantern, thank you very much. Another DC film, actually. Yeah, go watch it. But just expect it to be a one-time experience. It's not something that you're going to want to go back and reminisce and watch again, in my opinion. Again, of course, all my, it's always just my opinion. There's no fact there. It's just me. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I promised it would not be too long. And I'm hoping that in the next few days, I will get to go see Doolittle. I have missed it so far, but it is still playing here at the theater. I mean, it's only been out like a week. So I do want to catch that, Robert Downey Jr. I enjoyed this film, but not enough. That's the bottom line for me. So I hope that I was able to answer questions that you had on whether you want to go see this film. Like I said, if you do want to see this film, see it on a big screen. If you don't want to go see it in theaters, go buy a 85-inch, because I'm telling you, Harley going through the police department it was hilarious, and it's very visual, and it's great. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking out this review. And until next time, you take care of yourself out there. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day in my life. See ya. Oh, really quick. I told my buddy Jimmy that I'd wear his hat, right? Radio station that I work at sometimes. But I can't mess with his hair. I'm going to a party and concert and all that stuff, and nope, sorry, can't mess up the hair, Jimmy. But there is the hat. And yes, I do work at this radio station from time to time. It is a country station here in Texas, and yeah. So he just gave me this hat, and it's hard to find a hat that fits on this head, but I ain't screwing up the hair, dude. Sorry, brother. All right, guys. Until next time, see ya.